Namaskar. Relations with neighbors India and Pakistan. The unnaturalness and artificiality of partition impelled Pakistan to try and establish its identity independent of India, of which it was till 1947 a part of geography, history, tradition, and culture. Pakistan, since its birth, has the aspiration of for achieving parity with India in all fields. Thus, Pakistan started competing with India at all international fora and used all kinds of means to acquire prominence. Kashmir issue: Pakistan refused to accept Kashmir accession to India on October 26, 1947, in response to the Pakistan-sponsored tribal attack. India, supported by the local population under Sheikh Abdullah, undertook a swift military action, but unfortunately, before the task of securing the territory could be accomplished, a complaint was lodged by Nehru with the Security Council in January 1948. This resulted in a ceasefire on January 1, 1949. India also agreed to hold plebiscite in plebiscite in 1947 under international supervision, but due to the changed circumstances finally withdrew from the office in 1955. Although diplomatic battles for Kashmir were fought in the UN and other international forums, no actual war took place between the two countries up to 1964. Indus River water dispute: equitable sharing of the waters of the Indus system has been an issue of discord since partition. The partition gave India 5 million of the 28 million acres of land irrigated by the Indus. Most of the waters of the western parts of the Indus system went to the Arabian Sea. Some canals in Pakistan depended on the eastern rivers flowing through the Pakistan, Punjab, India for supply. The headworks of some vital canals in Pakistan come within the Indian territory. The successive governments in Pakistan blamed India for any calamity created by natural factors like droughts and floods in Pakistan. So, under the guidance of the World Bank, an interim agreement on canal waters was signed on April 17, 1959. Subsequently, a comprehensive agreement between the two countries was signed on September 19, 1960 in Karachi. Unfortunately, till today, on several occasions, the Indus Water Treaty has created discord between the two nations. India and China, one of the first countries with which independent India established a diplomatic relations, was the internationalist government of China led by Chiang Kai-shek. When the nationalist government was overthrown by the communists in 1949, India was once more among the first countries to recognize the new government led by Mao Zedong. India consistently supported the efforts of the People's Republic of China to get admitted to the United Nations, but the results of these efforts proved frustrating for India. Developments in Tibet and Panchshir: the Chinese army entered Tibet in 1950 and occupied it. India's apart from sharing about 2,000 miles of frontier in the Tibet region, had inherited several rights and obligations over Tibet from the British rule. However, to maintain peace, Nehru in 1954 concluded an agreement with China, which formalized the Chinese occupation of Tibet. The agreement is popularly known as Panchshir. In 1959, a popular uprising took place in Tibet against Chinese domination. Though the upsurge was suppressed by China, the religious head of Tibet, Dalai Lama, fled and took asylum in India. Taking this as an excuse, China in 1959 occupied Longju in 12,000 square miles of Indian territory in Ladakh. This followed a series of protest notes, memorandums, and aid memoirs being exchanged between the two countries. In the next move, China laid claim on large parts of Indian territories, after which the Chinese Prime Minister Zhou Enlai came to New Delhi in April 1960 to negotiate border disputes. Official teams of the two countries also visited each other, but no agreement could be reached and the border dispute continued. Sino-Indian War 1962. In October 1962, China attacked India in NEFA, Arunachal Pradesh and Ladakh. Thus, a war between the two countries started, which ended in a military debacle for India. The Chinese had a geographical advantage as well as superior arms. Nehru turned to the USA and Britain for help. The Western powers, the US as well as Britain, pledged support to India and were already flying arms to India. In November 1962, China made an unilateral declaration of its withdrawal, but China continued its occupation of a large chunk of Ladakh as a much coveted strategic link between Xinjiang and southern China. India's diplomatic efforts to pressurize China to return the territories yielded no results. Even the Afro-Asian mediation by Indonesia, Cambodia, Burma, UAR, Ghana, and Ceylon to find a peaceful solution of Sino-Indian border dispute at Colombo in December 1962 failed to get a favorable response from China. In 1964, China tested its first nuclear explosion, further alarming India. Consequences of Sino-Indian War. The war gave a big blow to the self-respect of India. The policy of non-alignment came under question. The Congress lost three parliamentary by-elections in a row, and Nehru had to face the first non-confidence motion of his life. The third five-year plan was badly affected as resources were divided for defense. India's foreign policy took a change as the US and the UK had responded positively in the crisis. They were to be considered in future. US intelligence agencies developed links in the name of countries. The Chinese threatened even planted a nuclear-powered device in the Himalayas. The Pakistan, encouraged by the Indian debacle in the war, was to attack India in 1965, covertly helped by China. India and Nepal. The geographical location of Nepal has made it inseparable from India from the point of view of India's external security. Being conscious of this factor, India signed a treaty with Nepal in July 1955, which it recognized Nepal's sovereignty, territorial integrity, and independence. The two countries made a commitment to each other to inform each other of any serious friction and understanding arising on any problem. India and Bhutan. In August 1949, the two countries signed a treaty for perpetual peace and friendship. India undertook to exercise India sorry, India undertook to exercise non-interference in the internal administration of Bhutan, while Bhutan agreed to be guided by the advice of the Government of India in regard to its external relations. India and Sri Lanka. The Tamils in Lee's riots of 1958 and thereafter attracted the sympathy of some Indian leaders for the Tamilian population of Sri Lanka. This open sympathy inside and outside Indian Parliament was disliked by the Sri Lankan government, but the Indian government, considering the ethnic disputes in Sri Lanka to be an internal matter of that country, remained friendly towards Sri Lanka. Both nations forged mutually forged mutually beneficent economic and trade relations. In fact, Sri Lanka supported NAM and did not join any military alliance. Dhanyavad. Thank you so much.